Forces of tyranny have mobilized behind the vision of a so-called master race. Here, we're promised equal protection under the law. That promise has not been realized, not even close.
I'm telling you this up front. The NAACP were not like most lawyers. We only represent innocent people, people accused because of their race. That's our mission. You understand?
So, why'd I lie? Because the truth gets me killed.
But when you take a black man and you put him on death row a year before his trial, and exclude black people from serving on his jury, when you base your conviction on the coerced testimony of a white felon, and ignore the testimony of 24 law-abiding black witnesses, when any evidence proving his innocence is suppressed and anyone who tries to tell the truth is threatened, this case becomes more than the trial of just a single defendant. It becomes a test of whether we're going to be governed by fear and by anger or by the rule of law.
Football is fun, but it don't sell sneakers. To move merch and inspire rap lyrics, they need your services.
Attorneys aren't strip search for legal visits.
Well, you ain't gonna visit shit unless you get in that room with strip. Pants and underwear. Bend over and spread. You're clear.
These last few years, there have been too many films on African American people that deserve to be watched by every true cinephile.
It's not really fires I'm after, Sam. It's fire itself.
So with the release of Spike Lee's The Five Bloods, we thought we should make a list of the 10 best movies that have come out in the last 3 years. So without further ado, let's get started. We begin our list with one of the best drama films in the past year. Waves portrays the journey of a suburban African American family as they navigate forgiveness and love after encountering a terrible tragedy.
Don't talk to your mother like that.
She's not my mom, alright? You're not my fucking mom. My real mom is dead.
The first act of the movie focuses on the elder brother in the family who is pushed to the edge by his domineering father and accidentally does something terrible which ends with him being in jail.
Tyler Williams, for your conviction of the crime of murder in the second degree, it is the order of this court that you be sentenced to the State Correctional Institution of Miami for the rest of your natural life.
The second act of the movie is a tale of reconciliation and redemption as we see the story unfold through the eyes of the younger sister in the family. We have all felt loss and dealt with trauma with our families by our side, and in these times, this movie feels exactly like what the doctor ordered.
What do you mean?
Well, you have to see him.
Why?
Because he's your dad.
If Beale Street Could Talk is a love story set in the backdrop of the racial tensions in USA in the 1970s and follows a pregnant young woman's struggle to prove the innocence of her partner who was falsely implicated in a crime he didn't commit.
Baby, I love you. And I'm gonna build us a great big table. Our family's gonna eat off of it for a long, long time to come.
Despite the optimistic tone, the movie in reality is a testament to the way institutions are rigged against minorities and how difficult it is to escape the clutches of racism ingrained in society. Hollywood loves to characterize African Americans as people who always stand up for each other, which is a rather simplistic approach. If Beale Street Could Talk also offers a realistic portrayal of the tensions that can exist within a community.
My son will be forgiven. My prayers.
All in all, this movie is a romantic drama for the modern age.
And I understand what you're going through because I'm with you.
Based on the Algiers mortal incident, Detroit sheds light on the police brutality and chronic injustice that has plagued American society for more than half a century after the incident.
Say that to my face.
I said Carl ain't shoot nobody, man.
Yeah? Alright.
It is a shocking tale of a violent interrogation involving murderous play acting, which soon becomes a terrifying reality. Will Poulter's repulsive bigoted hate and John Boyega's dilemma as the police officer torn between the tortured suspects and the brutal police is what makes the film.
Don't look at me! Turn around! Face the wall!
The Last Black Man in San Francisco centers on the efforts of a young black man to reclaim his childhood home in a gentrified neighborhood of San Francisco.
Welcome to the neighborhood.
Joe Talbot lends a dreamlike feel to the fact-based drama, which also explores the friendship between Jimmy and his friend Montgomery. They navigate tensions within the community, loss of a friend, all the while trying to find a sense of belonging in a cruel world.
Get
the fuck up out of here, bruh. Me get the fuck out of here? It's your fucking fault. That's my fucking friend too.
The Hate U Give is a compelling take on the racism that is prevalent in society today and how it is claiming lives and destroying families in the form of police brutality. It is a tale that's being told from the perspective of 16-year-old Star Carter, portrayed by the brilliant Amandla Sterberg, who doesn't quite fit in, neither at high school nor within her traditional African-American community.
Everyone wants to talk about how Khalil died. This ain't about how Khalil died. It's about how he lived. Khalil lived. His life mattered.
Stenberg is amazing as the girl next door whose life gets turned upside down when she becomes the sole witness to the violent murder of her childhood friend Khalil by a police officer.
And I'm the one who saw what happened to Khalil. I am the witness.
Though this film is set in the USA, I think it will resonate with people of color and marginalized sections around the globe who are often at the receiving end of unnecessary and excessive police force and feel helpless being caught up in an endless cycle of violence with a system designed to keep them out.
We are all witnesses to this injustice.
Mudbound addresses racism through the lens of the lives of two World War II veterans who returned to rural Mississippi. In the film, Ronsel, who is accustomed to the relative lack of racism among Europeans, struggles at home grappling with racism. He is only respected by Jamie, who has learned his lessons the hard way through war.
You must be confused as to your whereabouts.
No, sir, I'm not confused at all.
Oh, I think you are, boy. I don't know what they let you do over there. You in Mississippi now, nigga.
The film also offers a look at some of the heinous crimes perpetrated by the KKK, which oddly enough do not feel that far-fetched considering what is happening in the world today.
Then you decide the punishment.
His tongue, his eyes, or his balls?
It is one of those hidden gems on Netflix that sometimes gets lost in the barrage of constant releases from the streaming giant.
Bullshit.
Call it horror or dark comedy, Get Out was one of the best films of 2017. It is an allegory on white liberal racism with characters who pretend that they do not care about race, but guess what? They do.
White family, black servants, it's a total cliche.
Throughout the course of the film, things start to get weird for Chris as he notices that something is off about the groundskeeper and maid in the house, Rose's mother trying to hypnotize him, and the arrival of far too many white people at once.
How rude of me to have touched your belongings without asking.
Rife with social commentary, Get Out stands out as it is not just a vehicle for a critique on racism, but a rather entertaining horror flick on its own. Dolomite Is My Name is Eddie Murphy's return to form. In this biographical comedy, he essays the character of Rudy Ray Moore, who is best known for having portrayed the character of Dolomite.
Dolomite is my name, and fucking up motherfuckers is my game.
Like I said, despite all his flaws before, Murphy redeems himself as he breathes life into the character of Rudy, who goes from a struggling artist in a record store to making a film all by himself despite no one taking him seriously. Inscribed with humor and the spirit of tenacity in equal measure, this rags to riches story is a must-watch for all the folks out there who have been told that they are no good.
Everybody knows when the brothers go to movies, they want to see car crashes, explosions, and titties. And we've delivered that.
Queen and Slim is probably the most in tune with what's going on in the world today. In this movie, Slim and Queen's first date takes an unexpected turn when a policeman pulls them over for a minor traffic violation. As the situation escalates, Slim takes his gun and shoots the officer in self-defense to save his life.
They'll know where we are.
Great.
What if they kill us?
Don't say that!
There's no guarantee they won't.
The film explores their story as their life is turned upside down in the blink of an eye and they become fugitives from the law. While the ending is predictable, the movie nonetheless provides biting commentary on today's sorry state of affairs across the globe.
But whatever it was, I'm sure you had good reason for doing what you did. But please, let me help you.
We end our countdown with Spike Lee's Black Clansmen. It stars John David Washington as Ron Stallworth, the first African-American detective to serve in the Colorado Springs Police Department. In a once-in-a-lifetime undercover investigation, he is joined by Adam Driver as they together infiltrate and expose the local chapter of the KKK, who attempt to appeal to a more mainstream audience.
Time I think about that black baboon putting his filthy black hands on her purest white body. I mean pure, Walter. She's a saint. She's an angel.
But you know what the craziest part about this crazy story is? The fact that it is actually based on a true story.
Chief, some of us can speak King's English, others speak jive. Ron Stallworth here happens to be fluent in both.
So I guess that wraps it up. What do you guys think? Did I miss any that you think should be on the list? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Click on the little bell icon to be notified whenever a new one comes out. Don't forget to share this video with your friends. I'll see you guys next time.